guys, welcome to a new vlog. We are here at the studio. I'm actually on a call right now. I'm on my video co-working call, and I think this counts because I'm recording a video clip. Basically, the co-working calls, if you didn't know, we get on a call, we go on mute, we work on something, we come back together. It's just like a form of accountability. Today's actually my first day back to work in about a week. I took a vacation ish. I was down in Florida in Tampa, and I actually this time around decided to like fully take time off. So I think I only took like one clip in Florida this time around, which I guess I can roll now and show you what I was up to while I'm unpacking. Actually, I'm in Clearwater today. I just met up with a friend who I haven't seen in a long time. We just happen to be in the same general area, the same state. So we did coffee. It was really nice. She's a fellow entrepreneur and creator, super talented. Loved seeing her. Always forget to take a clip or a pic, but yeah, it was really good. I've been here in Tampa for the past week or so, and it's been really, really nice. Honestly, the weather has been like perfect this week until today when I drove in true buckets of rain. I was actually a little terrified. I got basically just some props for these bookcases just to put stuff in it to look cute. I went to Five Below. Actually, I kept getting Facebook ads for Five Below and ended up finding some cute little cheap things there. So I got like these baskets. Apparently I can't open it, but I got a little cheap Bluetooth speaker, a little lamp, a bunch of stuff. So I'm gonna unpack some of this stuff, put it in here just so they're not completely empty, and we'll see if it's cute. I don't know. I'm gonna edit some videos now. I got my little props. Some of them. I obviously have a lot more space in there and need to put a lot more stuff in there, but I think it's looking cute. It's coming along. It's coming along. I'm running some errands now. I have regrets about not going to my record store that's right on the same street as my studio, but honestly, it's probably for the best that I'm not spending money, but I am really into the new Hooray for the Riff Raff. I saw them in Florida. They opened for Bright Eyes. I've seen them before and I've been a fan of their music before, but this new album is like so my style. It's like Americana, really great storytelling, and I've been listening to it on my phone. Anyway, I just, did a return at Nordstrom. It's funny because the last time I was vlogging was Valentine's Day. I was wearing my favorite jeans. I was like, what's the brand of these? Oh yeah, let me see if there's more jeans, because seriously, they fit me so well. It's from this brand called Hint of Blue, and I got them at Nordstrom Rack. And so I found a bunch more. And so I ordered a bunch more in the same size, and they are all like 2 to 3 times too big, but they're the same size as that. It's so weird, you know? I don't know. I don't understand it. I don't understand jeans. I feel like I'm on an endless quest for good jeans, but. Good morning. It is Sunday, and we are here at the studio, which is coming along. Okay, it's coming along. Let me sit down and give you a little update. Okay, all of my deliveries are here. I've got a couple chairs in my garage at home that I need to bring up, but that's kind of minor. And I've got like an IKEA screen thing that I wanted to bring it up today, but I couldn't get parking right in front of my building, which was annoying. The biggest thing is my desk, which is actually not just a desk. It is a table that can seat up to 10 people, which is wild. So it is fully extendable. It's called the Transformer table. It's the coolest thing ever. Yeah, basically I wanted to have the ability to host a large number of people in this very small space if I wanted to. Obviously, that's not going to be every day or even very often at all. But if I ever want to do a workshop, or if there ever is a need for like a big podcast shoot of multiple people, I have the ability to do it with this table. So that got delivered yesterday. Thank you to Transformer Table, because they gifted me this in exchange for content. Oh, today, why I'm here on Sunday actually is because I had so much junk in here. I'm gonna show you a picture that I sent to my friend earlier. I had like 20 boxes. Like, it was nuts. And again, shout out to College Hunks. They're not paying me, but maybe I need to work with them because they're amazing. Yeah, I was like, I need somebody to help me haul this stuff away. So they sent out 2 guys. It was affordable. It was like $100 bucks. I tipped him like 50 bucks. So could I have removed the trash myself? Yes. Would I have wanted to? No. Hello, and happy Monday. It's really sunny, so like, I don't know if that's good or bad, but we're just gonna keep it moving. I've had a busy day so far. It's about 1:40 right now. I had a documentary meeting, I had a coaching call, then I had the Video Creator Collective co-working call, and then I had another coaching call. The coaching calls were actually both a part of the Video Creator Collective as well. So I did something new. I decided I wanted to offer a premium tier of the Video Creator Collective. So it's just been something that's been on my heart lately, is like, I want more people to create content, because honestly, like, it's been the most consistent lead generator for me. It's been the most fun in my life. And so I want to help people do that. And so in this premium tier, in addition to getting access to the co-working calls, the Q&A calls, things like that, these folks are also getting a one-on-one call with me every single month, which is really fun because I just think it elevates the membership, allows me to get a deeper dive into what it is that they're working on and really build like a true relationship and friendship. So that's been fun. I've got my first 2 clients. That was today, what those calls were. I haven't really talked about it much. So, hey, it's open. I'll leave a link down below. If you want to join, obviously I'm not gonna be able to like keep that open forever because my schedule is gonna fill up, you know? So I guess snag that tier while you can, if you are interested in starting a YouTube channel or just creating any type of video content, podcasts, social media content, etc. But anyway, so that call was really good. Now I am hunkering down and working on my to-do list for the day. I need to go through so much of my equipment for the documentary shoot. I need to figure some stuff out that I need to bring. I need to figure out stuff for the studio, bring stuff over there. Yeah, it's a mess in here. I'll show you. And then lastly, I asked you all for some questions on Instagram just because I felt like this vlog was like not quite fully baked, you know, there's just like a lot going on, but nothing interesting to vlog. So I wanted some questions, and I actually got some really, really good ones. So maybe we can answer some questions together while I cook dinner or something like that. I'm truly embarrassed to show you my office. It's like, I'm embarrassed, but this is reality. You guys say like reality. It's partially so messy because I've been moving stuff out of it. Partially messy because my curtains fell down, which I can't really show you because my window is just wide open and you can kind of see where I live. It's just a mess. So I'm gonna do a little sprint. I'm gonna put on maybe some music and just see what I can get done. Mostly I need to check out what's in this closet and go through some of my gear, and that'll help me decide what I'm keeping, what I'm giving away, what I'm selling, what I'm bringing to the office. And then we can get to just like general cleaning. You know, I don't know if that's gonna happen today or not, but we'll get to it, hopefully. One of the goodies that I found. It's like a little cheap USB microphone. It's the Fifine brand. I got it on Amazon years ago. I think I bought it just as like a backup microphone / to test for you guys, for those who were looking for just a very affordable entry-level podcast mic. I was looking for just any of my old USB mics because I was recently reached out to by a woman who works at a nonprofit that helps serve the disabled community in her area. And she said that she's working with a young man who wants to start a podcast. And so she wanted to see if I could give like, you know, some advice, some coaching, some help with him for him to get that set up, which I'm so happy to do. But we were going through his equipment. The group or organization had arranged for him to get some equipment, and it just wasn't it. I just was not happy with the microphone. There was no stand for it. And I was like, I know I have a microphone hanging around somewhere that I'd be happy to part with. So I just want to test this out just to, one, obviously make sure it works. And second, just to make sure it's like sounds okay. And if not, I was hoping I could find my Samsung Q2U. I cannot find a lot of my equipment. I'm missing a cam link, which I bought brand new. I'm missing a lot of things. So I did actually find something. That was my ex-husband's, this DJ Osmo thing. So I'm gonna text him and see if maybe he, number one, wants this back. And number two, if he maybe mistakenly took some of my gear because I'm missing a lot of stuff. Testing. I'm testing doing a podcast, just kind of sitting normally a little bit far away. Testing. Let's go a little bit closer up. Let's go closer up and see how this sounds. Testing. I'm testing doing a podcast, just kind of sitting normally a little bit far away. Testing. Let's go a little bit closer up. Let's go closer up and see how this sounds. Right. Sounds pretty good to me. I mean, it's a little sharp, I guess I would say, but I think it's pretty good. I don't know how much this costs, if it's even still available. It is on Amazon, so if you're boycotting Amazon, totally understandable. Obviously I'm not like trying to promote them, but yeah. So I think I'm gonna get this packaged up so I can send it out maybe tomorrow for him. And yeah, we'll see how that goes. So I'm feeling a little torn. I was gonna make some little taco bowl, like fajita veggie bowls, but I saw these and I was like, there's gotta be cheese in them or something. Like there's no way these are vegan, but there's no lard. They're gluten-free. It's just corn, lime, black beans, soybean, cornstarch, and spices. So they're vegan. You know how long it's been since I've had a tamale? Growing up, my sister's best friend, her mom, like homemade tamales and sold them in Ziploc bags. And I still remember the taste of just like the raw batter, which I don't know if you're supposed to eat that, but we would. Anyway, I think I'm gonna do these. Like, let's have a little fun here. 4 servings per container. Oh boy, I am living. Okay, so apparently I have to figure out how to steam these, which I think is what this thing is. So let me figure this out and then let's get into this Q&A while these steam, yeah? All right, I'm definitely gonna need to check those pretty frequently because I have no idea. I've never used a steamer basket before. This is a good one. Do you follow a rough structure when vlogging or go with the flow? So I'll take a second to plug my free course. It's called The Art of the Vlog. I will link it down below for you. It is totally free. And I really did break down exactly how I produce these videos, like these more casual, vloggy, follow me around style videos. And the answer to that is I do try to outline them to an extent. But obviously, like, this is my real life. Like, I'm not like, ooh, I'm gonna go to the store because I'm gonna get some cute footage. Yeah, I don't like fabricate my life or do things just for the vlog, but I do, if I'm gonna sit down and say, okay, next week I wanna post a vlog, I'll look at my calendar and I'll say, okay, Tuesday and Wednesday are gonna be my most exciting days, so I'll make sure to vlog Tuesday and Wednesday. And then even within that, I usually do just a notes app. Like, I think I have one for today, which I'm tentatively calling this Getting My Life and Business Together, which I don't know. I might change the name of the vlog. You'll see it by the time you're watching this. I was gonna do my nails. I did do my hair. I didn't even vlog that. As you can see, I didn't check it off. I wanted to clean out my closet. Didn't do that. College hunks. I told you guys about them. Florida update. Wanted to give you a little recap. Equipment and office cleanup. And then Q&A. So I just check things off like throughout the day. And yeah, maybe it's like, okay, I'm gonna make dinner. Like that's something that you can add to your list. And I'll just make sure that I get like cute shots of it. It can really bring your vlogs to life just to highlight some things and kind of like romanticize parts of your life, I guess. But yeah, check out the course. I think I explained it way better in the course and it's totally free. What's easier to start in a week, a YouTube channel or a podcast? I actually love this question and this kind of inspired like a potential offer that I want to create. I want to create a kind of VIP weekend for the studio for people who want to come into the studio, either who are local or who want to fly out to work with me one-on-one. And I've been trying to think of like what to call it. And I'm like, should I call it Podcast in a Week? I really do think it is possible to create a podcast in a week, especially if you have help and especially if you do audio only. Now, you can do video and you can do it by yourself in a week too. I think it would be a little harder, which is why I wouldn't necessarily say YouTube, just because YouTube is, you're only relying on the video, right? Whereas podcasting, it's like you're relying on 2 things. So you can you can slack a little bit more with the video, for lack of better words. But yeah, I would say it's definitely possible. Sit down, outline, first of all, your topic and your mission, what the goal is of your podcast. Identify the revenue streams that are associated with that. If they exist already or if they're going to exist in the future, just keep those in the back of your head. Start to kind of make ties to those things so that If you need to start collecting emails, you start doing that. If you want to start recording ads for your own products, you can do that. And then outline a couple of episodes. I definitely think you could do a month's worth of podcast content in a week, for sure. 4 episodes, 100%. Go to Reddit, go to Quora, go to Google, go to your inbox, go to ChatGPT, and type in whatever your core topic is and just think of some ideas. And then you can batch them. Again, it's a lot easier if it is audio only, because batching, you could, like I could do that right here, looking exactly how I do, just with a microphone. Obviously, if you're doing YouTube, you might want it to be a little bit more polished, but you probably could do them all at once, to be honest. Is there still space for educational content on Instagram? You know what? I was thinking about this the other day, and I was actually talking about it on a coaching call today. Hold please though, because I want to check on these tamales. Okay, they smell like tamales, so I think they're almost ready. All right, so yeah, I was talking about it to one of my clients on the coaching call because she does TikTok. The stuff that performs really well for her is the very funny, like let's make fun of working in marketing, let's be silly. And the repurposed podcast clips that she was doing, the very authoritative talking head style podcast clips, were not performing. And we were just kind of saying like, does it make sense for you to just stop doing those? I think no. Instagram, TikTok, there is still a place for educational content. It just is not as optics heavy, meaning you're not just gonna like casually like an authority in content marketing or social media or business or finance. Like you're not just gonna passively like their content. You're gonna really wait until you can fully listen to it, internalize it, decide if you agree with it. Whereas if I'm just like doing a silly dance or like putting on a cute outfit, you're gonna give me a like, just why not, They're harder to earn engagement on, but I think that they still have value because, okay, maybe you start following me on Instagram because you think I wore a cute outfit or I went to a restaurant you wanna go to. And then you're like, okay, what's this girl all about? And you start scrolling my feed. I want to show up as an authority in whatever it is I'm an authority in. I don't want to just be known as cute outfit girl, cool restaurant girl, unless that is your niche, obviously. But the long story short is I do think there is still a space for it. I just think we have to get used to it not being as noisy, in terms of results. We need to adjust our expectations for it. And I think it's funny because it's like the opposite is true on YouTube for me. On YouTube, it's all about SEO. So if I type in social media strategy, how to earn 6 figures, blah, 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 that's what gets views. This stuff doesn't get views. And so I have had to adjust my expectations on vlogs, knowing it is a really good vlog if I crack 3,000 views. Compare that to some of my top performing podcasts and it's like a drop in the bucket, So I think we just have to readjust our expectations. Let's go over here together actually, because these tamales, they look really good, but they are quite small. So I think I am going to go ahead and make some sides with them. So let's pull those out. How and when do you tell your full-time job that you're freelancing on the side? Ooh, juicy question. I feel lucky that I never really had to do this. I applied for my last corporate job. It was at a staffing company, a Fortune 500 staffing company. I started as a social media like community manager and ended my tenure there as the ads coordinator, strategist, something like that. And honestly, I used my own stuff as a portfolio project. Like I didn't necessarily say, here's my YouTube channel, but I used my freelancing as part of why I got that job. And I actually think be as upfront about it, like when you're interviewing as possible, because honestly, it looks like a good thing in my opinion. Like if I'm hiring somebody and they're passionate enough about marketing to do it on the side too and get additional experience, I look at that as a good thing. And then that way you're preventing any weird, any potential weird vibes that might come after. But yeah, I would say that most companies, I don't think really tend to care, what I hear from my students at least, as long as you are respecting your contract, your job contract. So like, when I worked at the staffing company, I never even would have thought about taking on a client that was in corporate staffing or anything even close, corporate consulting, anything like that. I was working with like beauty brands and tech brands and stuff like that. So as long as you are respectful, but read your contract, because some contracts, some jobs might say you cannot have a business on the side, which I think is really messed up. But yeah, that might be a thing. Okay. How do you know when to hire a second team member? Well, I have 0 team members right now. It's so loud. Oh, wow. A lot of water is dripping. Is that good? I would say if the first team member has paid off, meaning if you can track ROI and you know, have increased revenue and can justify it. And if you have a clearly defined role for them, I think that's one of the biggest mistakes a lot of people make. And I have certainly made when hiring is I'm like, I just need hands. I just need people. I just need help. And then my team just sat around and I ended up still doing like a lot of the things that I was frustrated with because I didn't know how to articulate what I really needed help with. And I wasn't hiring specialists or experts. I was hiring generalists who really needed like my hand holding. So it's important to just really know who do you need, what do you need, all that good stuff. Okay, there's more questions that I do want to answer, but I actually really want to eat. So I'm going to eat. I'll show you my meal and then maybe we'll do a little, I don't know what else I can do. I guess we'll just get cozy or something and do the rest. All right, did a little cleanup, everybody everywhere. It's not even 8 o'clock yet, but I think I'm about to go up to bed. I think I'll do a little virtual lost date, which has been kind of fun and cute thing to do. But before that, let's finish these questions. I think we've pretty much gotten into like the more personal questions. So if you're just here for business, now's a good time to tap out probably. Let's see. Can you give us a health and fitness update? You look great. Thank you so much. Okay, let me sit down for this actually. And I just want to say this question might be triggering to some, so just, you know, if you're sensitive to that stuff. I had long C word, which caused like this terrible inflammation situation in my body. Specifically, it was like manifesting in my eyes. I was like, it needs to start from the inside out. You know, I need to just eat whole foods and that's it. Eat super, super clean, anti-inflammatory. I did end up then finding a holistic doctor and also an eye specialist. She's a dry eye specialist, but she specializes in like the condition that I have, which is gland dysfunction. It's a whole thing. But so anyway, honestly, the body transformation that I have had, which I wouldn't say is extreme, but I mean, I lost like 30 pounds. And that's how, like, truly is I just stopped eating processed food. Obviously, I'm eating processed food again, but for a good few months, I was literally eating fruits and vegetables. Like I wasn't even eating tofu anymore. I was only eating beans and things like that. So that's kind of where the weight loss came in. I did end up putting on a little bit of the weight back, which I'm happy because looking back, like this summer, I feel like I looked really, really skinny and I hadn't built any mass back up in terms of muscle, which is what I'm really proud of. Like, I don't care about a number on a scale. Like I said, that wasn't the point of me changing how I was eating. It was to get healthy. With that, I started going to Pilates. I started doing private lessons, private training once a week. And that's it. Honestly, I wish I could be like, I go to Pilates 3 times a week. I do all this stuff. No, I go to Pilates once a week. It's personal, which I do think helps because it's very much like customized to my body. And then I go to the gym occasionally. So I'll go and like do some weights and like more strength training, but I do a little bit of mat Pilates at home when I'm like bored or I just feel like I want to, but that's pretty much it. I think it's a lot about what you put into your body. And again, the big takeaway here is that I feel so much better and knock on wood, like my inflammation issue, poof, went away. I did do some other treatments and stuff at the eye doctor, but I honestly, like, they were subsiding so much even before I was able to get into the specialist just because of how I was eating. Speaking of, let me take my iron because I always forget. The next question is, how the heck are you? I'm good. With a little bit of a caveat, which I'll read the next question, which is, do you ever have days when you're feeling uninspired and unmotivated, and any tips? So I am good, but I'm like Midwest good, you know, like, I don't know if you know that phrase, but like when somebody tells you like, oh yeah, I'm fine. And if they're like in the Midwest, call an ambulance. They're not okay. Like, I'm hanging in there, you know. It's been a rough patch, supplemented by some really amazing things as well. It's kind of like, I mean, that's life, right? Good, bad. Let's go over to the couch. It's gonna be dark over there though. Okay, but yes, I have absolutely had days like that, and recently as well. I think this year has been weird, you know, over the past 365 days for me has been weird because of personal stuff, like the health stuff, like relationship stuff, but also just in the world. It's just there's like a certain heaviness, you know. I think business is hard right now. I'm going to just be honest, like business is hard right now. For me it is. I don't know about for you guys, but it is different and a little scary. Like I'm doing well, I'm fine. I've saved my coins, all that, but it's just nothing feels easy. Nothing is like coming easy in business, in life, in relationships, in, anything. So yeah, I have been going through it a little bit for sure. I think all I can do is number one, I have leaned on my therapist more than ever before. I truly don't know how I would have gotten through so many different seasons of my life recently without her. So go to therapy if you can. I recently, one of my friends, I recommended he go to therapy. I did. We found this site called Rula, Rula, not sponsored, but that one seems to be a way to get more affordable therapy at least. So, I know it's a privilege to be able to go. But yeah, also I think just remembering like it's a season, like it's weird to believe that this is it. Like out of all the things you've been through in your life, oh, you know what, Latasha, at the young age of 33, this is it. You've peaked. Like you will never experience happiness again. That's a little irrational to think, it's just, I try to remind myself every season is temporary. Every feeling is temporary. When it comes to the business, when I've been unmotivated, that is really hard. It's hard to show up when you're not feeling like showing up. And honestly, I haven't been that much. Everyone's always like, Latasha, you're so consistent. And I'm like, I don't feel like I am. I feel like I've skipped uploads more in the past year than I ever have before, just because I honestly just couldn't. Like I mentally could not do it. So I think give yourself grace, but also develop a repeatable system that makes people still say, oh, you seem really consistent, even when you're not, batch content when you are feeling up positive, so that when you are having a down day, you can just lean into it, I guess. Okay, let's see. What service has made you the most money in your business? Yeah, I would say social media management for sure. Like I've had the longest term contracts. I've had big packages, like big contracts for video production, podcast production. But the thing that's really cool about social media management is it's recurring. You typically aren't hiring a social media manager for 1 month, 1 week, whatever. You're hiring them for 6-month contracts, 1-year contracts, 3-month contracts. And so it's not $1,500, it's 15 times 6 or 25 times 6 or whatever that number is. So yeah, I've definitely made, a lot, over my career from recurring social media management contracts. And that's one of the reasons that I am still passionate about teaching it, because it's not necessarily my favorite service I offer, to be honest with you. I kind of hate social media sometimes, but it is a really reliable service that you can offer and something that can pay the bills, keep the lights on while you maybe explore some other passion projects like a podcast studio, a YouTube channel, courses, speaking, whatever else it is that you want to do. So I do think it is, I think it's a smart service to offer. And if you want to scale to an agency model, I think it's a smart service to offer because it's easy to delegate, and to hire and outsource and stuff like that. So yeah, link to SMMA down below, the Social Media Management Accelerator. It's the next day. I had one more question that I think I have time for. This vlog is really long, so I apologize for that. Or you're welcome if you're like me and you like really long vlogs. But yeah, just time for one more today, which I really honestly needed to sleep on before answering, but I think it is an important one. It says, how has your recent divorce shifted your perspective as a businesswoman? I'll say my husband was the most supportive person of my business always. And that is something that I really miss. Like, it is really nice, was really nice having a true cheerleader. If I was having a bad day, he could talk me up about it. If I was having a big win, he was always like the first person there to cheer me on and celebrate me. And yeah, that's something I definitely miss. That's like a huge perk of being married and being married to somebody who can support you in that way. With that said, I also think that so much of how I was operating in my business was out of like a trauma response. Like I realized that as I was going through and, making the decision to leave the relationship and, now that I'm out of it, like I realize I never just was able to like stop and smell the roses. There's so much from, growing up and having a dad who was addicted and unable to provide for us and, abandoned me, really. Okay, I don't have my mascara wand, so we're going to stop doing the makeup for a second. But yeah, that dynamic definitely conditioned me to be like fiercely independent and not ask for support and not expect any type of like support really from men. My mom being an amazing hard worker and single mom definitely conditioned me and taught me like that's just what you do. And while I love that about myself in some ways, I also realize in my 30s as an adult, like, no, I do want help. I do want partnership in that regard. Yeah, without going into everything too in depth, I want to be able to lean on people as well. But I think the trick is finding that balance because, since I've been divorced, I have dated and I've dated someone who was very much the other way and was like very generous and, did really sweet things for me. Like nothing crazy, obviously, not jet setting or anything like that, but buying little gifts here and there, paying for dinner, just like the little things, but then also didn't show up in the emotional way and the support way that I mentioned that I loved so much about my husband. So I think that is the challenge for somebody who is fiercely independent is finding that balance, which, might be looking for a diamond in the rough here. And it's also forced me to re-examine my relationship with work and like how important it is to me. Because I think when I was younger, I was always like, once I hit this career milestone, once I do this, once I achieve this, basically I'll be happy. But like, that isn't happiness because I hit those things and I still felt unfulfilled because I felt like my, relationship wasn't there. And so again, it's a balance because I can't just throw my business away and go in pursuit of love and that's it. But it's like, how can I make those things work together? How can I prioritize both? I realize that basically there just needs to be more balance in things, which is the answer to everything always in life, right? I don't know. But anyway, thank you for asking those questions. Thank you for being here. I really hope you enjoyed this video, vlog, Q&A, whatever. Let me know down in the comments how you're doing. I always love hearing from you. I love to hear what types of videos you like to see from me in the future. And yeah, I think that is all I got for you today. I appreciate you all so much for being here, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.